Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Mike's Positively Technical World video review. Today we're going to be having a look at possibly one of the most interesting and most anticipated products of the whole of 2024 season. It's the Worx Wx038. What is it? It's a 25 kilopascal power, suction power, 20 volt power share powered stick vac. Now, when it comes to vacuum cleaners, you can see I've got somewhat of a large collection. And you may be sitting there just going, why? And that's because trying to find the right one really is a massive maze. I mean, you've got the Samsung robot vacuum cleaner, and that's really good, but it requires a lot of attention, and you would have thought for a robot vacuum cleaner you'd expect it just to go and you could schedule it, and that really doesn't happen. You actually have to pay more attention to this really than operating a normal hoover. So that kind of really doesn't suck, I should say. And then you've got my good old faithful Dyson DC24. It's the one I use in my workshop, and it's very good for use in the workshop. But it's very, very loud, very noisy. It's also quite power hungry as well. And of course it's corded as well, which means that it's a little bit out. And also the spares are starting to become very hard available for it as well, even though it's only a model that's about 5 or 6 years old. So be it. Then you've got the G-Tech. With its 2-in-1, if you like. So the G-Tech went for I'm not even sure whether or not it really actually sucks, but it's more like a power brush that goes round and it brushes up the muck into this rather cool little container here. And it also contains the filter on the inside. These have been very, very popular. They're almost a fad thing. They're cordless. They run on a 22 volt battery that's concealed in the back just here. And it has a quite cool blade style handle that can also be completely removed as well for smaller storage. And that's pretty cool. But it does mean that you haven't got the ability to put it in small spaces, which is why they not supply, but you can also buy separately a smaller vacuum, which has this rather weird flexi hose that comes out. And the suction on it's okay. It's nowhere near adequate, but it's okay for small things. It's quite light and it's also well balanced as well. I'll give it credit where it's due. And we've had that as a upgrade from DC24 and as a side-by-side runner for the Samsung robot vacuum cleaner, and it's quite cool. Then we've got the Shark. Now the Shark is in a league of its own as far as corded vacuum cleaner goes. It's probably one of the best ones on the market currently. It really does do everything you could ever need it to do. It's got a powered brush, it's got LED lights at the front, it's got a very, very large, about 1 litre cubic sort of volume dust bucket here as well. It's got filters, and also it captures the larger stuff in the tank at the top here, and it stops it going through to the smaller particles at the bottom. Having said that, very fine particles like dust and ash and that from when you clean up the fireplace do get stuck in it. Also, it has a cord here. You can also use it in individual wand, and it has an LED light up here, almost like a headlight. And then you can also, if you take the cord off, you can then just have it as a standard, almost like a stick vac. And then the whole thing actually comes away from the base as a individual on its own vacuum cleaner as well. All of these do have their own place, but none of them offer the convenience of a standard stick vac. Something which maybe can go around, do the bits around the house, do the stairs, do all the little crevices, and then also the batteries. If you're looking for a battery for this, you have to go to G-Tech and buy a very hard to get hold of, one of a kind almost battery for it. And this isn't even interchangeable with their own one. So yeah, I put it to you that I would really want a vacuum cleaner that does everything and does it well. It sucks well. It needs to hoover up all the little bits. It needs to get into all the little places. It needs to also be very good with pet hair, which is where the Shark really comes into its own. It is fantastic with pet hair. Having said that, it's quite a lot to lug around the house. It's quite hard to do on the stairs, so it therefore needs to be lightweight. And yeah, that's where the Worx Wx038 really comes into its own, at least on paper. So I'm about to try and unbox it, show you for the first time, and I'm not actually going to form the opinion on it. It's actually going to be my wife who forms the opinion. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this, whatever this outcome's going to be. It's going to be interesting. But first of all, let's do the unbox. Okay, guys, so here we are straight in the action. Obviously, you'll see this is the box. It actually has a carry handle on it as well. A very nice feature. And yeah, as far as the box things go, I know this is sideways too, but you can see obviously a lot better this way direction if I go the other way. And obviously it comes with two batteries, so they're 2 amp batteries. It also comes with a wall charger, which features a spare battery holder, as well as obviously the normal battery, I believe encased possibly with it. I don't know, we're about to find out. It's got a brush head on it as well, and it also comes with a couple of accessories. I'm pretty sure if we flip it over, we can see what those accessories are. You can see that there. You can just about. And they are situated here. You've got a crevice tool, a large nozzle, an angled nozzle, 2 batteries, filter, AC charge adapter, the wall mount system, and the whole unit itself. I'm assuming there's going to be a bit of kit building to do with this. So without further ado, let's crack it open. Whew. Like Christmas time. So we've got the hoover tube. Put this to one side. The filter. It's worth noting that's tap washable filter, hence the tap logo on it. And in here, we're going to find the goods. 2 batteries, very cool. AC adapter, maybe. Wall mounting kit. AC adapter. It's worth noting, obviously because I'm from the UK, it comes with a UK plug. And the output rating on this is 10.8 watts, which is 0.5 amp output. And it's 21.8 volts. Sorry, 21.6 volts. You want the specs off of that. Here is the wall mount unit with the contacts for charging, the spare battery contacts, and a very handy holder for the 3 of the implements. Very cool. I like it. It's the sort of thing that maybe you might make off a Thingiverse for your own personal use, but Worx have actually included one. Obviously, it's made out of quite tough. I would assume this is ABS plastic. It doesn't say, though. Somewhere on it will say it's what type of plastic is. Looks like an ABS type plastic. Very, very cool. Apparently, my wife's got a place already for it. We'll do the renovations. A cleaning cupboard. A joy for the organisation. So here we have an oval angled brush. I'd say it's not actually got nylon brushes on it. These are like silicone, like a rubber. Be very, very good, I think, for getting pet hair out of stuff. It's actually very similar to a pet brush that we got, which is very nice as a touch. Also, it's really good for collating pet hair. Just grab hold of it, and it comes off. I'm sure my wife's going to show you through that. We also have, this is quite cool. It's like a very soft brush actually. Extremely soft, especially for a hoover. And then obviously you've got a firm brush that sort of shields inside, that you pull back the sheath. And yeah, it's got a hard surface there. And like I said, it's got a soft brush. It's very, very, very soft. It's almost like paintbrush sort of style. It's never going to scratch anything, I can tell you that much for sure. And then I suppose we're only going to be left with a crevice tool. I wonder how Worx have made a Worx crevice tool. It does have a function, I think. No, it's just a clip and thing. Oh, I was thinking, how can Worx make a crevice tool? They have put some little air holes in there, so if something does block it up, it still can suck through those tiny little air holes. You can see those on the side where the orange is coming through. The camera just there. I suppose this is the Worx touch to it. It's quite a decent sized bore on it as well, we'll say, for a stick vac. Let's pull these bits to one side, but I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything out. We've also got the tempter of 20 volt, 40 volt, and 80 volt batteries, and a pretty awesome list of all of the tools that Worx make, or some of the tools actually. It's missing quite a few off of there, but some of the more interesting ones are on there, certainly for sure. We have the 3 years limited Worx warranty. And because it hasn't got a separate charger, it's got its own charger. The charging instructions are also included in the safety and operating manual, which would be quite an interesting read, because of course it's not like an all power tool, so they've had to actually rewrite some blurb, which yeah, there's lots of various bits and pieces to go with it. You've got what's classed as an optional accessories there. I'm not really sure if they're that optional, to be honest, because they come with it, but they're classed as optional accessories. And then you've got the various pieces that I've just shown you through, and the main body, which we're about to get out itself, along with the tube. Obviously, you've got high, medium, and low mode on it. The length of the power adapter is 120 centimeters. It's quite handy to put it in there, because I probably would have measured it for you. They're telling you that it needs to be approximately 80 centimeters off the ground for our proper height to hold it in the holder. And yeah, the components list has got it as obviously right through here. The actual names of the adapters put on the end are a crevice tool, a dusting brush, and a pet brush. So I'm right in saying it's pet brush, because like I said, it's specific. Put that to one side. Get rid of some more of these cardboard sheets. Lots of cardboard. The fireplace is going to love that tonight. This is the head. Welcome head. You'll see that it has 2 power input pins, which means it is a powered head. Oh yeah, it's 25 watts. Ooh, very nice. It's got this rather cool rotary brush head on it as well. Yep. Yeah, now we're also going to be able to, should we do a little bit of AMSR sort of style? Love doing that. You'll find in front here it's got 3, I think they're cob lights actually. It's going to be very, very light. Obviously, the lower to the ground you get this, the better obviously it picks up on dust reflection, and that is very, very low. That's like 10 mil off the ground. And actually the height of this in general is, well, tiny. Let me just quickly grab my tape measure, because that's seriously low profile. At its greatest, it's 50 mil. That's really, really low profile. Even the wheels, 55 mil at the wheels. That's ridiculously low profile. And of course, the fact being it goes 100% flat as well means you can get right underneath like sofas, sideboard units, and stuff like that. That's a really cool function on that. I really like that an awful lot. Obviously, you're going to want me to go through with you what the release mechanisms are. Basically, there's a switch here on this end, and to release it, we release the side. That then pops out with the whole unit attached on the edge there. And I can say as well, that's, again, really gentle brushes. Whether or not that's going to be good or bad for sweeping stuff up is yet to be seen, but it's also got these hard ridges behind it, possibly creating like almost like a vortex sort of system. But yeah, that's incredibly simple yet effective brush release system. I suppose it's one of those, why make it even more complicated? So yeah, we've run out of room now on the table, so let's go put this to one side. The final item out of the box. Whew. You've got to bear in mind this is extremely lightweight. This is only 2.5 kilos for the entire unit without battery. That's the unit. Tiny, I'll give it that. That's where your dirt comes through. This is the filter unit. Filter unit's got a very nice little flap at the bottom for releasing dirt. So you just go over your bin, open, dirt comes out. I'm unsure whether or not this comes out. It probably should, and it probably does somehow. Let's try to work out how. That's your filter. Put that there. Oh, look at that. Oh wow. That's oh I love that. Do you see that? So not only does it go over there, inside you've got a little pull out handle. Gentle pull on that, releases the cartridge, then you can clean out all the hair and stuff that will accumulate around this. And this is actually an aluminium filter gauze across the top there. That's a real nice touch. So that filter is obviously the worst of it. Then it's got a small cyclone system on the inside, and that then connects to the filter that goes over the top before going straight into the intake inside there. That's really amazing. And of course it's keywayed in to slot in the top there. Oof. How does it go back together again? Is it just push in here? Yep. So it's locking at the front and pushing at the back. It's actually incredibly simple. It does have an instruction on the side there as well for you if you need it. Right, let's get rid of the box, and we'll be back in a second. Okay guys, so here we have all the independent parts, if you like, and what we're going to do now, we're going to kind of assemble it. I say kind of. I'm just as new to this as you are. Like a Meccano kit. It's just seamless, and I love it. It's very cool. Obviously, you can have it in miniature mode. Probably be really good for doing the stairs. Oh, it's just trying to get how you steer it. Ah, so you steer it with your wrist. That's really cool. You can see that, because of course you can't just push that stuff to one side. But basically, if you twist it with your wrist, it's like a joystick. The head turns left and right. And obviously you can angle it up or down. Again, very, very nice touch that. It'd be interesting driving it, I think. But alas, I'm not going to get to show you that. That's going to be my wife going to sort that out. Yeah, let's pop it in and let's push the button, shall we? So initially that is just speed 1. I'm going to go through all speed 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to see whether or not the head of the brush increases, and we're also going to see whether or not the actual speed of the vacuum increases, or which one does which. It's also indicated here with the 3 lights here going from small mode, medium mode and large mode, or 33.3%, 66.6%, I suppose 99.9%, which we'll call 100%, okay? Ooh. There's a tiny few flecks of dust actually from one of the other hoovers now on the table, and they're gone. I suppose that's my bit of a show and tell with you, and I don't quite know where they've ended up because they're not visibly in the hoover. It's also worth noting that it will self-stand like that. However, I personally wouldn't trust it. I would always want to potentially lay it down. And I've just realised as well that it appears to have on the top here, you can see it in frame, but it appears to have on the top here probably an air filter. Yep, in the top it's got a small paper air filter that just protects the motor from sucking in any untoward debris. Obviously, you can full well imagine I'm using this as a home device. I probably wouldn't recommend this to be used on a building site. This really is designed as a home product. This is Worx, I think, branching out more than anything into the home world. So you take all your batteries from the workshop and then you turn around and give your wife all the 2-amp ones. Joking, because of course it doesn't just handle the 2-amp batteries. You can also put your 4-amp batteries on there as well. This will increase the weight quite considerably. Of course, they're almost twice as heavy. And then for not that much extra weight, you can put a 6-amp battery on it. That will increase your runtime. I don't know what the runtimes are exactly, but I would expect them to be, obviously on eco mode, you want to be able to do your whole house. And on flat out mode, you want to be able to at least quickly go around your entire house. Obviously, maybe not thoroughly. The idea is obviously being that you've got 2 batteries, one always on the go. But obviously, if you're using one, you need to be able to come back for the other. You need to be able to do that, obviously, to keep it constant cycle. That's one thing whereby in current ones, whereby things like the G-Tech and even the Dysons, to a certain extent, you don't have that second battery option. But of course, if you already bought into the Worx platform, or maybe your husband's got quite a few of the Worx batteries, there's no reason why you can't turn around and use a limited amount of these. I think my wife's going to be more than kept busy. I do the hoovering as well. That's not too much of a sarcastic comment, all right? So yeah, let's go travel to batteries. I suppose we did start doing the various different heads, but most of them don't fit on the screen, so I'm just going to keep it as a single unit now. That for pet hair. We do have a nice little one of my cats loves a particular pillow, and that'll be really good for testing out with the pet hair. And we have actually let the house run to ruins, if you like, for a couple of weeks. So the amount of dirt and grime that's situated on the floor is a heavy amount, specifically for testing this Worx038. The tools come on and off quite easily. They're released by the button. They're a little bit stiff, if I'm honest, but I think they'll break in with a couple of multiple uses. At the end of the day, they're designed to clip in place, not to be pulled off easily. But when you do want them off, they are quite easy to take off. And obviously, they also feature fitment onto the bottom end of the wand as well. And don't forget the crevice tool. That will do it really, really nicely down the side of the banisters, etc. And if you do pick up anything too much, it hopefully won't overload the motor either. So yeah, there you have it, guys. that's my bit done. I'm now going to hand you over to the wonderful capabilities of my wife, Lindsay, and yeah, she's going to go around the house and have a hoover up, and I'm going to follow around her with a camera. Joy! I shall see you in a bit for the wrap up. So here we are having a look at the just in front of the fireplace. We're going to be doing some ash, some paper, and some other various bits and pieces on the floor. Go for it.
You want to start with the first?
Yeah, we're going to start on just a number one, just see how it deals with the various bits and pieces. This is full eco mode, if you like, only 33% power. Right, let's go have a look. And I think we've got just about everything. There's a oh no, that's paint.
Yeah, one marks paint and one marks where you burnt the floor outside.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I did have a little incident with the fire, but yeah, thank you for that, Danny. Yeah, I think it gets 10 out of 10 marks, even on lowest speed there. I think next, what are we doing? Are we doing the hearthstone next?
Yeah.
So next we're going to be tackling the hearthstone. Obviously you've got ash there, that could potentially clog the filters. You've also got wood debris going on here, and you've got a bit of ash at the bottom of the utility stand. This is going to be an interesting one. Bear with. Okay, we're going to be using the brush on the power mode of 1, which is 33% power. So let's go for it. See what it's got. Look at how low it goes. Right under to the back. That's pretty amazing. Okay, well, I think it's done pretty well there. We're going to get some crevice attachments, I think, next, and see how it goes with doing some bits and pieces on the wood skull. Okay, and we just wanted to have a bit of a close-up there. You can see the amount of rubbish it's already collected in there. It's quite a lot. It's got a half-litre collection bin, so we're probably going to be pushing that to the max by the time we've gone around the entire house. So yeah, let's go for it. Okay, the first attachment we're going to have a look at is the soft brush, using it around the fireplace just to get up some of the small bits of ash that the large head couldn't do. So let's go for it. So that was the fluffy end. We're now going to switch over to the crevice tool.
Okay, you're not supposed to turn it on before you switch it over. It's a bit pants.
Okay, so you're not liking the crevice tool, right?
No.
Okay, so the crevice tool. Should we try on the skull? See if it's any better. Of course, this is only in mode 1. Going up to mode 2 there. Bit of flat out work with the crevice tool.
Do you know what it is?
What is it?
It's a weird angle.
Okay.
So I've got it on upside down, which I might do.
No, I think you can only go one direction. No, it can only go in one direction, unfortunately.
It's a bit of a weird angle, and then when I've just done that, it's all fallen out.
Okay, so not a massive fan of the crevice tool due to the angle you got to use it at, but would potentially the soft brush be better, do you reckon, for doing stuff like that?
It depends on what surface you want to use it on.
Okay, there you go. So
Doesn't really do a lot. It's built for like skirting boards.
okay. So it's more built for sort of like skirting boards rather than, sort of more intricate work.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's only on setting 1. How do you feel on setting 3, do you think? More power? Better?
Let's have a look on the metal piece.
Okay. So quick clear off of the metal piece. Flat out power.
It's definitely better than the nozzle.
Okay. Better than the nozzle. Well, better than the crevice tool, yeah?
Yeah.
So better than the crevice tool. I think next thing we're going to try out. So we tried out some hard surface stuff.
It's the pet brush.
Pet brush, okay. Yes. Here is one the cat made early indeed. So this is where one of the cats absolutely loves to sit, and of course it is specifically designed for the cats because we're called kids like that. We have seats specifically for our cats. Right, let's go for it with the pat head. Setting 1. Personally, don't think it will set the world on fire with setting 1.
Bearing in mind it will still be dirty because it's muddy.
Of course, yeah. So setting 2.
The shark's still winning at the moment.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Which, considering obviously it's cordless, I suppose, you've got to take that into consideration, especially when comparing it against the shark. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, we're now on the stairs. The stairs. That's where the fluff happens and a bit of dirt as well, so. Setting 3, flat out. With the pet hair attachment to it. Ooh, there's quite a lot of fluff in the catcher. I would say that's quite impressive, actually. Personally, I do think the stairs look comparable. I think.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work though with that attachment. It's
Yeah.
not very easy.
Yeah, I
It
think.
doesn't slide very well.
No, I suppose that's it working, isn't it? I mean, you can see there it's actually working just as well without the hoover on. It is a mechanical format, I suppose, and then just the vacuum's just there to suck it up afterwards. But I do still think it's quite a value piece of kit. Now, the Shark obviously does kind of semi-cheat because it has this vacuum-powered like mini roller that does it's powered basically off of the air. It's got a small turbine in here, and that actually powers a belt that then turns this round, and that is what then catches the hair and the dirt. And you can actually see it's incredibly effective, and that's obviously a minimal input. However, it might be worth seeing whether or not the powered brush head works well on the stairs or not, because that's the Worx's version, I suppose, of that. Okay, so we're going to give the powered head a try on the stairs. Thoughts on that? Easier? Better?
It's easier, but it's too light. I still need to hold on to it twice.
Okay.
2 hands. I'm going to try with the third power now.
Okay, so in power 3. This is on carpet with setting 1, 2, and 3. So as a fairness and comparison, what we're going to do is I've actually just attached a 6 amp battery to it, so it's got pretty much infinite runtime. We're going to clean this small section of carpet here at the end of the bed, and then we're going to go over it with the shark just to see comparatively how much more the shark would pick up than what the Worx does, if you like. So without further ado, darling wife, take it away. Obviously it's on setting 3, so it's unlimited power, if you like. And now it's the turn of the shark to show what it's made out of. It's multiple settings, 240 volt power, tied in by a cord, rotating head, dual set of LED lights for it. And there we have it. Let's take it downstairs. We'll have a look, see how much dust is in the cup. So I suppose you're all dying to know how much extra the shark picked up. And that's what the shark picked up that the Worx didn't. Was that? That could have been in the corners, could have been deeper in. Yeah, at the end of the day, the dust it wouldn't have been, because the dust is actually ash. I know from the fire. We quite abuse the shark, as you can see it's shabby state. Use it sometimes completely emptying out the fireplace. So yeah, that's how much is left. Small handful of fluff from that area. That's to be fair and impartial and show a comparison, really. Like I said, wife definitely thinks you should use it in and around, sort of like in cleaning the bathroom and bits and pieces, and various nooks and crannies. She said it's also a very good hoover for using around the house, going, oh dear, you know, mother-in-law's coming over, etc. Yeah, I need to have a quick tidy up. So yeah, we're still keeping the shark as our daily, I say daily, our deep cleaner, but definitely the Worx has its place as a quick tidy up hoover, which I suppose is really what it's designed for. It doesn't work as fantastically well on stairs as what maybe my wife expected to. I think it works quite well personally, but I'm not going to have that argument with my wife over on YouTube, because why should I? Don't want you guys to be too privy to our lives on that front. But no, like I said, the wife really likes it, obviously, for its hardwood surfaces, around the fireplace as well, for picking up small bits of ash. Really quite good for that. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Worx Wx038. What do I think about it? Obviously, it's extremely powerful. It's not quite as powerful as a plug in the mains job like the Shark, but at the end of the day, we all knew it wasn't going to quite be as powerful, but it's still very respectful for what it is. The accessories it comes with are really, really decent. I love the wall mount as well. That's a very, very nice touch. The fact that it comes with two batteries. Two batteries. Those are the key thing to this. This is its selling point, if you like. Its kudos, its wow factor. Is the fact being that it runs on the same batteries that you could potentially drill a hole in the wall with, use on your screwdriver, obviously use on an impact driver, use for cutting the hedge, use for mowing the grass, use for scarifying, use for as an angle grinder, use as your rotary tool. It's everything. Even like the hydro shot, your pressure washer runs on this same one battery, and the battery platform is the major selling point for this. Let's be honest. It's the fact being that if you already bought into the platform, you've got potentially 4 amp, 6 amp batteries sitting around. Maybe you've got 2 or 3, or maybe even 4 of these. If you've got 4 of these already and you have an extra additional 2, you've got pretty much limitless cleaning. Obviously.